It's a brave person that enters the den with a business that firmly targets, but also just as firmly excludes, one half of society. But that's exactly what our next entrepreneur is presenting to the Dragons.
Brave Girls Book Club?
I'm a mum of boys. It's not speaking to me.
What we have to offer is a very exciting and dynamic product in a fast-moving market.
Molly Masters may have a very specific audience in mind, but she's less sure about her strategy in the den.
I don't think I have a game plan. Just hopefully land a dragon. Hello Dragons, my name is Molly Masters and I'm the founder of Books That Matter. I'm here today to ask for £50,000 investment in exchange for 5% of my business. The current English GCSE curriculum offers a choice of 25 available books for study. Only 5 are by women. If women and girls cannot see themselves represented at school, in the media and on the bookshelves, then we have to take matters into our own hands. 75% of book buyers are in fact women. So with Books That Matter is an award-winning book subscription box putting women's writing in the spotlight through unique reading experiences. We have turned over £800,000 to date. We have a dedicated online following of over 50,000 people who get involved in our bookish conversations on our book club style platforms. We've also recently launched our Brave Girls Book Club for girls between the ages of 8 to 12. You will find some boxes inside your boxes for you to have a look at. Thank you so much for your time.
A book subscription box service that aims to empower and inspire women and girls is the proposition from Molly Masters.
Your pitch, did it go as well as planned?
That was the best I've done it, I think. Thank you.
No, well done.
Oh.
She's asking for £50,000 in return for 5% of her company. Dad of 4 girls, Peter Jones, is first to quiz the female literature flag bearer.
So, really interesting. I had no idea 80% of books at GCSE level written by guys.
Yes.
And you've said 75%
of
women?
book buyers are women.
Well, there's the opportunity, isn't it?
Yes.
So how does it work in terms of subscription?
So we have options for a monthly rolling subscription, which is our most popular option. So
How much is that?
£17. And then our multi-month subscriptions, which are 3, 6 and 12 months, are £15 a month.
And what do I get then every month?
1 book by female authorship and at least 3 gifts from independent female creatives and artists.
OK, I want to get into the detail of where the business is today. What have you turned over in the last 12 months?
So that would be £356,000 and a net of 62,000.
And over the next 12 months, what is your forecast for the next 12?
We're at year 3 now. So our modest forecast is 1 million for turnover for year 4, 1.6 for year 5, and year 6 is 2 million turnover.
OK, and how much have you put into the business?
I have my due diligence here if you would like me to check it.
No, my due diligence is you. How much is that?
I wouldn't have a figure off the top of my head, but around £10,000.
No, how much money do you have left?
We have 200,000 in the bank.
How much?
200,000.
Molly keeps her cool and reveals a healthy bank balance built from humble beginnings. But it seems that Deborah Meaden has some concerns about the sizable slice of the market that she might be missing out on.
So, I mean, I obviously love the promotion, certainly, of women. But why would you restrict your audience? It just seems to me a little bit of a shame. If you're trying to open a window to female authors, why would you target your audience so heavily towards women? Because that excludes a huge chunk.
I perhaps wouldn't say that the ultimate purpose is to level the playing field, because my opinion is it's to amplify voices. And I think women being the biggest book buyers are the receptors of that. We can see the value in it being a unique female-only space.
I don't know, I'm feeling a little disappointed about the brave... This pink one here, it's got lipstick in it and it's all very excluding. I mean, you know, Sarah, you've got boys.
I've got two boys, and my boys wouldn't want to read books that came out of a pink box.
No.
So I guess you are excluding me as a consumer. And that might be purposeful and you're wanting to apply to a niche, but I think that's possibly the point Deborah was getting at there.
No, of course.
It's a big audience mix.
I think we're trying to combine the feminist with the feminine, and that there's maybe nothing wrong with that being front and centre. I just feel that it speaks directly to women, and that's where we're at.
Pink isn't making the dragons wink, as Deborah Meaden and Sarah Davies wonder if Molly's feminine boxes are a marketing mistake. However, Tuka Suleiman is rather taken with the entrepreneur's endeavours so far.
It's very impressive that with very little money, you've started a business, you've got subscribers, you should be proud of yourself. I have an online women's magazine, and at the moment we provide that content for free. And I'm just wondering whether, are you predominantly selling books, or do you think that if you provided different content, that would add value to your business?
Yeah, definitely. There's so much content that we would love. We do a blog already, but in terms of lifestyle content, which I guess is what you're getting at, I think that would be a way to also just break through that barrier of it just being about the book club.
Good, I'm glad you agree with that.
Molly, on Instagram there's a number of female book clubs. Mm-hmm. What is it that separates you from that type of competition?
I think the exclusive partnerships, after having such growth and such opportunities with publishers, I think we're now seen as the market leader. We get kind of first look at things like Sally Rooney's next book, things like that that just aren't being offered to our competitors.
Okay.
Molly, I like this, but I think that's the problem. I like it, I don't love it. You've made me feel compelled to address my own behaviours by making a conscious effort to maybe buy more female authors, but you haven't made me compelled to want to invest in you. So for that reason, it's not one for me today, and I'm out.
Sarah Davies closes the book on investment, and the entrepreneur loses her first dragon. And it appears Molly's open approach of targeting women and girls has also sidelined Deborah Meaden.
Molly, I'm going to follow up quite quickly with that. Of course, I want to bring a spotlight onto more female authors, but I don't want to do it in a way that I see as more divisive. It drives us more into saying male, female. So I'm afraid, Molly, for that reason, the good news is it's not because you haven't got a good business, but it's because I can't buy into the ethos of it. I won't be investing, so I'm out.
Thank you.
Molly, I don't agree. I just love what you've done. And I can clearly see that you're on a cusp of a movement here that ultimately could have a paradigm shift. I'm contemplating it because Tuka's about to make you an offer.
Am I?
You're 100% going to make an offer, Tuka.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm going to invest, so don't let me put you off and make an offer, guys.
It's actually quite a tough one. There's lots of things I think that you can do with this. But even if you end up hitting your million and your 1.6, which is a massive challenge, that still would mean even if I had 25% of the business, I'm kind of bordering on just getting my money back over 3 years, and that's the risk factor. So I'm going to politely decline and say I'm out.
Peter Jones mulls over an offer, but decides the rewards don't outweigh the risk and becomes the third dragon to depart. Tuka Suleiman has already sounded out a possible way to boost Molly's business. Will he offer some financial support and sound out a deal?
I'm contemplating how I can add value. You've got a business that makes money. At 5%, really, the problem is I'm not going to get my money back that easily. But I'm going to make you an offer. I'll give you the whole 50,000, but I want 30%. But I'll also let Stephen share, if he wants to share with me, for 15%.
Thank you so much.
I think what you've done is phenomenally impressive. I just love when I meet entrepreneurs that have a real sense of mission behind their work. I think your branding is amazing. I understand your business. I know the space. However, I don't think that for the effort that I'd have to put in, I could possibly make a return that would make that worthwhile. And so I thank Tuka for the invitation, but unfortunately, I'm going to say I'm out. Okay. But I'm also going to say that I don't think you should give away 30% of your business for 50 grand.
Thank you. It's now time for the wall.
Wall time.
Okay, thank you.
Molly has one offer to consider, but in return for his £50,000, Tuka Suleiman is asking for 6 times the 5% of equity that was originally on the table. Will she take those terms or try to negotiate?
Okay. So thankful for your offer, but the maximum that I wanted to give away from the business was between 10 to 15. Is there any way you would?
The problem is the return that I would get. It would take far too long. I would say I would have to stick to where I am.
Then I would have to say that I'll have to decline.
In that case, I would take the knock on the chin like a gentleman.
Thank you so much.
Okay?
Thank you. Thanks, Molly. Well done.
Good luck with it, Molly. Well done.
Thank you.
Great pitch.
Tuka Suleiman refuses to reduce his terms, which are too much for Molly, and she leaves the den without a deal.
I always said coming in here that if I was given an offer, I wouldn't walk away. But I do think that the percentage that was asked was just a bit too high.
Tuka, we can read you like a book. We knew you were going to make an offer.
Yeah, when you said that was
Okay, I better put on my poker face then.
You haven't
Is
got
that
a
your
poker
poker face?
face.